Agenda item 7 is consideration of adoption of resolution number 813, Bikeway Development Plan, to adopt the City of Mesquite Bikeways Development Plan for 2014 by reference as Exhibit A in the transportation element of the master plan and by including bikeway development goals and policies in the transportation element. Mr. Seacrest.
Thank you. Mayor, members of the City Council. The transportation element of the master plan addresses all the city's transportation needs, including a variety of different means of transportation and ways of moving people and goods throughout the community. Automobiles, trucks, mass transit, bicycles, walking, etc. And an efficient and well-ordered street network should be designed insofar as possible to accommodate all forms of transportation, all the users. The proposed Bikeways development plan, therefore, is a subset of the overall transportation plan in our master plan, and adopting it as part of the transportation element will set forth the goals, policies, and objectives with regard to bicycling as the community continues to grow and develop. Establishing goals and policies and standards, promoting bikeway development, takes the city one step closer to having a consistent, complete streets policy. And you received in your packet several things. The resolution itself, you received the plan, which is Exhibit A, the Bikeways Development Plan, and Exhibit B, which is a set of proposed goals, policies, and objectives that are proposed to be added to the transportation element of the master plan. If adopted tonight, the Bikeway Development Plan would be become part of the transportation element. It would be Exhibit A of that transportation element. I also passed out, just before the meeting, a handout that says Bike Plan Revisions. It's dated today's date. In the past couple of weeks, as you know, there have been a lot of discussion, questions have raised about some proposals along Riverside Road for a shared use path, how that was going to work. You know, would we have to narrow the lanes? It's an NDOT road. Would they allow it? A number of different things, and you know, we just didn't have time to address all of those issues, I think, properly, you know, before coming here tonight. So what we're proposing as an alternative to what you have in your packet is just eliminating any reference in the plan to the Riverside Road shared use path. So the table of contents would be amended to drop that section. Page 29 drops the narrative dealing with that shared use path. And the final map in the plan drops the proposed shared use path from Riverside Road between Mesquite Boulevard and the River Bridge. And with that, we recommend the council open the public hearing for comment, approve resolution number 813, adopting the City of Mesquite Bikeways Development Plan 2014 as Exhibit A, the transportation element of the master plan, and include the bikeway development goals and policies in the transportation element under Exhibit B. And then if you would just include those changes that I've discussed under the bike plan revisions as part of the motion. Thank you.
Councilman Hayden. For the public comment, is there any way we could show this so the public can see what we're talking about, the map? Is that a possibility?
Sure. Yeah, we can put that up. This is the map showing the proposed plan. It shows the existing bike lanes and bike paths and those that are proposed. The solid red lines are the paths. They're the bikeway path is where you have a dedicated right-of-way for bicyclists that's not part of the roadway. It's not mingled in with traffic. So the Roadrunner Trail is an example of that. The trail on Lower Flat Top Drive, the paved shared use path there is an example. The blue lines are existing bike lanes. The dashed blue lines are proposed. Dashed red lines are proposed paths. The whole intent of the plan was to go in and evaluate the type of bicyclists we have. There are different type of riders, as you know. I mean, everything from small children who are learning to ride a bike to seasoned commuters who ride out there with automobile traffic, and figuring out how to provide for all of those needs and do it safely. The plan also, just analyzed the network to see where there were gaps in our existing system and to try and fill those gaps so that we have good connections between the activity areas in town. We have safe routes to school, for example. And then, there's a significant part of the plan that deals with safety. As Ms. Faust pointed out early on, safety is a concern, whether it be with the elderly drivers or everybody. I can tell you, as a bicyclist and a motorcyclist, automobile drivers don't always see you, and it can be hazardous. Accidents happen. We're fortunate in that since 2006, we've only had 12 accidents involving bicyclists, no fatalities. All but 5 of those were during the day. Most of them were operator error, either on the part of the bicyclist or the motorist, not following the rules of the road, kind of a thing. But yeah, safety is an issue. But we're committed to the idea that improving our system, marking the lanes, posting proper signage, will make it safer. That's the whole intent. It'll allow bicyclists to know where they belong and where they can ride. It allows the motorists to know when they're sharing the road with bicyclists, so they're more on the lookout for them. As I mentioned in the staff memo, it establishes a policy that puts us in a much better position to, seek grants to improve the system. And we know that it's going to be done a little bit at a time. We're not proposing that this be done all at once. It will be done as priorities warrant. When we have the money, when there's a project, a road project taking place, or utility work being done, those routes that have the highest usage will be the highest priority. Not every street needs to have a bike lane or bike path. So a lot of the plan deals with that, the implementation and the priorities, how that should work going forward, a guide for decision makers down the road.
Thank you, Mr. Seacrest. We'll go ahead and open the public hearing then for agenda item 7. Those wishing to make comments regarding resolution number 813, please step forward. Remember, we do have a 3-minute limit, and state your name.
Hi, I'm Tony Barron. I live in Sun City. I'm the president of the Sun City Bicycle Club, and I'm glad to see this proposal coming before the City Council. Mesquite is already a pretty bike-friendly town. I'd like to see it more so. I've spoken with Andy Bartlett at some of his wonderful sessions, which we all appreciate when we get a chance to talk with the city manager about issues. One of the worst places for bicyclists is the 4 or so choke points on Pioneer Road where it closes down to a single lane with no shoulder. Now, he tells me that paving of that is the responsibility of the landowner, but bikers don't care whose responsibility it is. It's just a difficult and dangerous place to bicycle there. Similarly, we have problems with the continuation of Horizon north of Hardy. The lower flat top was built with no shoulders, as the Horizon. So it would be wonderful if those issues could be addressed somehow in the near future. And when new streets are built, such as Lower Flat Top and Horizon, where it apparently is planned to be 2 lanes in each direction with a divider, but it's initially built with just 1 lane, if you could please add a shoulder big enough for bicyclists, that would be wonderful, because otherwise it can be very difficult for even a car, or much less a truck, to pass a bicycle in those spots. But overall, we're very happy with most of the bicycling around town, and very glad to see this city working to even improve the situation. Thank you.
No further public comment on agenda item 7. We'll close the public hearing. Any questions for Mr. Seacrest? Councilman Ramsey.
I don't actually have any questions. I think I understand the plan and I understand the concept, and I'm frankly all for it. I'm a bicyclist, part-time. But to answer a couple of the comments, one was that we have 20 miles of bike trails already. That should be enough. So to put that in perspective, I mean, a bicyclist, I'm 62 years old and I'm not that good of a bicyclist. I can go 20 miles in about an hour and a half. And so and when you're a serious bicycle rider, I mean, you're talking several hours, 30, 40 mile runs. And this is important to the tax impact and so forth. I mean, this money, and I hate to use this excuse, but it's true. If this money is given to Mesquite, if we don't take it, it's not going to go back into any taxpayer's pocket. I'm sorry. That's not the way government works. I wish it was. That would make it really easy here for me. But that's not the way it works. And the danger piece of it is far more dangerous to have no bicycle controls and putting bikers on the streets without any medians, dividers, markings or anything than it is to you can't just throw them out on Mesquite Boulevard. I mean, I ride along Mesquite Boulevard. I pay attention. It could be better. So, I mean, and then to the other comment, I'm sorry about some of these, where these lanes narrow to 2 lanes. The comment was, I don't care whose responsibility it is as a bicyclist, or bicyclers don't care whose responsibility it is. Well, and I guess I could say to that is help pay for it. If it's that important, help pay for it. I mean, this is city money. This is all of our taxpayers' money. It's not, this is my hobby and I like this road paved. That's not how it works. It has to be in a plan, which this provides. It has to be logically funded, and it has to be implemented over a period of time. And that's what this means. So I think although all the comments have some merit in a certain respect, I'm not seeing a compelling reason not to approve this.
Thank you, Councilman. Any further questions or comments? Councilman Ramsey.
If nobody else is going to comment, I'll make a motion.
Check with council. Go ahead, Councilman Ramsey.
I'd like to approve resolution number 813.
Second.
Call for the vote. Motion carries. Thank you.